Former President Donald Trump is partnering with country music singer Lee Greenwood to promote the God Bless the USA Bible. The Bible retails for $59.99 and includes a copy of the U.S. Constitution, Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence, Pledge of Allegiance, and a handwritten chorus from Greenwood's hit from which the Bible is named. The website promoting the Bible clarifies that none of the proceeds will go to Trump's 2024 campaign. However, it does not mention legal fees. And here now with a Catholic perspective on the God Bless the USA Bible is Dr. Matthew Bunson, Vice President and Editorial Director for EWTN News. Matthew, always so good to see you. So what more can you tell us about this Bible?
Well, as you note, it incorporates a number of elements from our founding documents of the country. That was something that was very important, apparently, to President Trump, former President Trump, now candidate Donald Trump. It also relies on the translation of the scripture of the King James Version of the Bible, and that's something that we need to talk more about in a second. But that translation is at the heart of this Bible. This is a Bible, I think, that is really intended very much and will have appeal to much of former President Trump's base. And what I mean by that is that his supporters will appreciate this Bible very much. He is also, I think, tapping into what is a wider concern in the United States for a decline in religiosity, a decline, as he puts it, in prayer. It's captured all, I think, by the phrase that he uses in his social media blast today, that he wants to make America pray again. His critics, and we know that there are very many of them, are already criticizing him for this Bible, arguing that it is at risk of conflating church and state. I expect also that in the criticisms we'll see that phrase that we're already seeing quite a bit of, and that's Christian nationalism.
Yeah, and Matthew, how should Catholics approach this?
Yeah, well, I mentioned that this is the King James Version of Scripture. It's important to stress that because the King James Version was published, I believe, in 1611 and was sort of the official translation for the Church of England. It is a Protestant Bible, meaning that it is omitting or has removed many of the books that we would find in an approved Catholic Bible.
And Matthew, really quickly before I let you go, what recommendations do you have?
Yeah, well, I think it's important for Catholics to encourage the reading and study of Scripture. That is something for all of us to do. And if we're going to study and meditate on Scripture, especially for private study, you want to use an approved translation. In the U.S., the one, if you go to the site of USCCB, the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops, the one that they approve especially is the New American Bible, revised edition. But you can also find, for example, the Revised Standard Version, a Catholic edition, which is a very fine translation. And if you're looking to buy a Bible, I would encourage everyone seriously to go to Religious Catalog at the EWTN.com site, where we have a wide variety of beautiful Bibles and, more importantly, study Bibles. We need to know our faith and we need to know our Scripture, but we need to be reading the right texts of Scripture, the right translations, and they need to be Catholic ones.
Yeah, so important, very important. Dr. Bunson, thank you so much for being with us and sorting this all out. We really appreciate it. God bless.
Yeah, great to be with you. Blessed Holy Week.